Let's look at the following problem associated with rotational motion. In figure below, the block with mass 6 kg slides down an inclined plane of angle 35 degrees. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the surface of the plane and the surface of the block is 0.25. A string is attached to the block and it's wrapped around a pulley wheel on a fixed axis. So the axis is right there and it's coming out of the plane. The radius of that wheel is 0.2 meters. So that is that distance right there. The moment of inertia of that flywheel or the pulley wheel is 0.4 kg meters squared. And this moment of inertia is about an axis that's passing through that point and out of the plane. Find the acceleration of this block as it slides down the plane and also the tension in the string. At first glance, it may seem that this is a usual inclined plane problem. Here, it is a little different because we need to figure out how to factor in the motion of this pulley in the motion of that block. So let's start analyzing the system using the force diagram or free body diagram. Now there are two bodies. One is the pulley itself that is spinning about that axis, and the other one is the block that is sliding down the plane. So let's look at the free body diagram of that pulley. So that's your pulley, and you have this tension from the string T that would cause the pulley to spin like that about that axis. Now the radius of this wheel or the pulley is R, and R is 0.2 meters. So as it spins, it would have an angular acceleration alpha. Keep in mind, we also know the moment of inertia of the pulley. So we can write the Newton's second law for rotation, namely the torque equals moment of inertia times the angular acceleration of the pulley. Now the torque arises from that tension in the string, and that is just the tension times the moment arm. In this case is the radius of that pulley. We note that this alpha and that linear acceleration are related. If you note, the linear acceleration A that occurs along that direction is the tangential acceleration associated with that angular acceleration. So A can be written in terms of alpha as quite simply R times alpha, where R is the radius of the pulley. So the first equation, or Newton's second law for rotation from this particular free body diagram, reads the following. Tension times the radius, which is 0.2 meter, equals moment of inertia, which is 0.4 kg meter squared, times alpha. Alpha is acceleration over radius, which is 0.2 meter. Note, we have taken alpha from this equation to be A over R, and that is A over R. So you see we get tension to be 0.4 times A over 0.2 squared, which is just 10 times acceleration. So that is the equation that we obtained from the free body diagram of that pulley. Tension equals 10 times acceleration, equation 1. Now let's look at the free body diagram of the sliding object, that is this 6 kg block. What are the forces acting on this block? One is, of course, the weight. So the mass is 6 kg. 6g is the weight, where g is 9.81. And then you have this tension that is pulling it upward. So that's your T. You also have kinetic friction, because we are told that the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.25. The block is sliding, so kinetic friction opposes the motion. So that is the direction of kinetic friction. The acceleration is downward, and that is A. One can note that there are two components to this weight. The first component is the component of the weight that is parallel to the plane. Let's denote it with W parallel. The other component is a component that is perpendicular to the plane, which we can denote as W perpendicular. Let's obtain the expressions for these two components. So that is your hypotenuse. So that is your 6g. This is W parallel, and that is W perpendicular. As you can see, this is 90 degrees. Now what about this angle right there? If this is 35 degrees, this is 90 degrees, so that must be 55 degrees. So that is the angle between 6g and W parallel. So that is 55 degrees. And that means this is 35 degrees. So from this right angle triangle, you can immediately see that W parallel is 6g sine 35 degrees, and W perpendicular is 6g cosine 35 degrees. Let's not forget about one other force, the normal force that is exerted by the plane on the block, perpendicular to the plane. Now let's write down Newton's second law for the motion of this block. Now the motion is forward, the acceleration is forward, so the net force, the net forward force that is on this block equals this W parallel minus, that's a forward force, and there are two backward forces, tension and friction. So tension plus kinetic friction. And by Newton's law, that must be mass times acceleration. Mass is 6 kg, acceleration is a. So let's expand on this expression. W parallel is 6g sine 35 degrees minus tension minus F sub k. Now what is kinetic friction? Kinetic friction is coefficient of kinetic friction times the normal force. The normal force is the same in magnitude as W perpendicular. So the friction is simply coefficient of kinetic friction times W perpendicular. So let's write that down there. Mu k is 0.25. That's the coefficient of kinetic friction. It's given. W perpendicular is 6g cosine 35 degrees. And all this equals 6a. So that is your equation 2. Let's substitute from equation 1 the result that tension is 10a. So inside that. So substituting t equals to 10a, you simply get that. So you see in equation 2 there is only one unknown, namely the acceleration. Everything else is known. So you can solve for the acceleration. When you do that, you get acceleration to be 1.36 meter per second squared. Substituting a in equation 1, you can get the value of tension. So tension is 10 times a, so a is 1.36. So tension turns out to be 13.6 newtons. And that solves the problem. Thank you for watching.